NBA YoungBoy got too many ops. It's becoming a real issue. From being confronted at the mall while shopping with his girl, to having goons disrupt his music videos. Some even go as far as robbing him and posting it on social media. But when YoungBoy hits back, that's when the proverbial shit hits the roof. NBA YoungBoy vs. Goons.
These watch me from a jail cell, man. These watch me from a jail cell and be on my so bad.
YoungBoy is no stranger to confrontation, and in 2018, he would find himself in yet another public tussle that would add to his long list of conflicts with goons. In the bustling heart of Atlanta's shopping scene, Lenox Mall, a place known for its glitz and glamour, became the center stage for a near confrontation that could have escalated into a full-blown fight. NBA YoungBoy, the Baton Rouge rapper, who's no stranger to controversy, found himself in a heated exchange that had onlookers reaching for their phones to capture what could have been a headline-grabbing brawl. The tension was palpable as words were thrown with the same force as any punch might carry. It was a Thursday afternoon at the Lenox Mall in Atlanta, and YoungBoy was out shopping for clothes. At the time, he was accompanied by his girl. However, the atmosphere shifted when a heckler, a man with ties to Chicago, decided to disrupt the calm. The verbal assault began with the heckler hurling insults, calling YoungBoy a bitch. Well, YoungBoy is from the streets, and of course he wouldn't take too kindly to that kind of disrespect. YoungBoy, only 18 at the time, was not about to let this slide. His response was immediate and fierce, stepping up to the heckler's face, the tension between them palpable enough to draw a crowd. The rapper's girlfriend, in an attempt to de-escalate the situation, urged him to walk away, but the words had already struck a nerve, and YoungBoy was heard on camera threatening to retaliate physically, his voice cutting through the murmurs of the onlookers. The crowd's whispers turned into a collective gasp as YoungBoy appeared to shove his girlfriend aside, a move that was later scrutinized and criticized by fans and media alike. The Shade Room, an influential media outlet known for its coverage of celebrity drama, would later spotlight this moment, igniting a conversation about YoungBoy's actions and the implications of his behavior. The Shade Room posted the shove on Instagram with the caption, "Your girlfriend though." As the confrontation continued, the heckler taunted YoungBoy, daring him to bring the fight to Chicago, further escalating the tension. It was a standoff that could have easily turned into a physical altercation, but despite the aggressive posturing and the charged words, the situation did not progress beyond threats and shoves, even though the rapper didn't have security or his goons with him. The incident happened only a few days after YoungBoy had been accused of kicking his girlfriend out of his hotel room. Apparently, he made her go sleep in the hotel lobby, which the Shade Room also posted on their Instagram. Well, after the mall incident, YoungBoy was fed up with the Instagram page always trying to paint him as a bad person and took to his IG to put them on blast.
Hey, I'm so sick of the Shade Room trying to paint me as a bad person. What the is wrong with you? I know whoever running this page is grown. What the is you worried about a teenager for? The man?
Well, YoungBoy isn't the only rapper to get run up on in the same mall. This video shows TJ-X6 surrounded by goons as he makes a run for his life. How did the rapper find himself in this position? TJ emerged from the streets of Detroit, carving a niche for himself in the rap game with a unique genre that he not only pioneers but also personifies scam rap. His lyrics, a blend of confessions and instructional tales, detailed the intricate world of cyber scams, credit card fraud, and identity theft. With a moniker inspired by the infamous TJX company's data breach, TJ's artistry is steeped in the digital underworld, resonating with a generation that's seen the dark side of the internet. His rise to notoriety is fueled by tracks like Dark Web and Swipe Story, where he brazenly narrates the step-by-step of his exploits, all while maintaining a veil of mystery around his true identity. It's this approach that earned him a cult following, as listeners were drawn to the authenticity and audacity of his content. His antics weren't confined to the digital realm. TJ's performances were events unto themselves, often culminating in the rapper scamming his own fans or orchestrating publicity stunts that left audiences bewildered. One such event saw him arrested mid-performance, a scene that was later revealed to be a staged act, further blurring the lines between his art and reality. However, he may have taken it a bit too far as he set his sights on a new target, one that would elevate his notoriety to unprecedented heights. Lil Baby became the target of TJ's latest scandal. In a brazen display that shocked fans, the rapper posted a picture of Lil Baby's driver's license on social media, boasting about how close he was to cracking into the rapper's bank account. "Got Lil Baby's social security number and ID. I'm about to be rich when I get that bank log," the rapper posted. The implications were staggering. Here was a relatively underground artist known for his scams, claiming to have personal information of one of hip-hop's biggest stars. The audacity of the act was characteristic of TJ, but the stakes were higher than ever before. Lil Baby wasn't just another name. He was an industry heavyweight with connections that ran deep and a fan base that was fiercely protected. The fallout was swift and severe. Within days, this same video I showed you earlier began circulating circulating online, showing a figure very similar to TJ, darting through Lenox Mall with a look of sheer panic etched across his face. According to sources, he was being chased by individuals associated with 4PF, Lil Baby's own crew. TJ took to his social media pages, not with an apology or an explanation. "Listen, a group of walk up on you, bro. I still got the little black eye too. Look," said TJ in his live. "Y'all see the black eye? Those beat my ass." Lil Baby, for his part, remained largely silent on the matter. However, he has also fallen victim to confrontations with goons. The rapper was in St. Louis for a show, which he showed up 4 hours late. Well, he was supposed to pay some STL goons after the show. However, after his performance, he got off stage and headed to his van to change for a music video shoot. The goons thought that the rapper was going to dip with their money, and that's when they pressed him for their cash. However, Lil Baby paid them, and the situation was resolved. Well, speaking of being confronted by goons at a music video shoot, YoungBoy has faced a similar fate, which almost turned deadly with guns being pulled out. The scene, charged with tension, was captured in a video that spiraled across social media platforms. What was intended to be a creative process turned into a confrontation that would ripple through the rap community and beyond. Mexican goons pulled up. The atmosphere on set was charged with creative energy as NBA YoungBoy and his team worked on capturing the perfect shots for the upcoming music video. The backdrop of Watts, Louisiana, with its raw, urban charm, was the ideal canvas for the narrative they wanted to weave. However, the day took a sharp turn when a group of Mexican goons pulled up to the scene. These locals were not just any onlookers. They were deeply rooted in the community and took exception to the presence of outsiders filming on their turf without what they perceived as due respect. Words were exchanged, the air crackling with tension as the goons made it clear that YoungBoy was in their hood, a place with its own codes and conduct. Unknown to the goons, YoungBoy had told one of his homies, Big E, to get the pipe. And while the Mexican goons were trash-talking, a gun was cocked in their direction, causing them to duck and drive off. Although no shots were fired, everyone present ran for cover. YoungBoy had just shown that he could stand on business even in a foreign hood. Well, DaBaby also stood on business when he was confronted by goons at his music video shoot. During a shoot in East Atlanta, the rapper was approached by goons from that area who demanded to see DaBaby's permission slip to film in their hood.
What's up with y'all? What's happening? Ain't nobody signed up a permission slip for me. Huh? Oh yeah? I ain't know that.
DaBaby was no pushover, and the goons were about to find out he wasn't going to play their game. He stood his ground and refused to sign their imaginary permission slip.
But I ain't signing no permission slip nowhere. I don't answer questions. I don't sign permission slip. I don't do that, big homie. Hey, I ain't gonna never check in. Hey, I'm not checking in nowhere.
DaBaby stood on business, and in an interview with Vlad TV, he revealed that the goons were lucky they didn't try anything stupid. Their God was on their side. It worked out perfect for them, he told DJ Vlad. And as it turns out, only a few weeks after this incident, DaBaby would shoot and kill a goon who also tried to press him. The rapper alleged that 19-year-old Jalen Dominique Craig, who was shot and killed, and his friend Henry Douglas had tried to rob him of his jewelry while brandishing a weapon and threatened his family at a Walmart in Huntersville. The rapper posted a video in which he didn't admit whether he shot a gun or was in possession of a firearm. However, he detailed the circumstances of the shooting and the gunshots that protected him. "If them gunshots ain't go off, my fucking daughter could have got hit. Son could have got hit me. Fucking lawyers telling me not to say something and shit. All that. Two niggas walk down on you and your whole motherfucking family, threaten y'all, whip out on y'all. Let me see what y'all going to." According to the rapper, he was out shopping for clothes when the men approached him and started antagonizing him. "These niggas see me buying baby clothes and these niggas want to come and show me how tough they is and shit. Come on, my nigga, quit playing. I really don't give a how y'all feel. A nigga tried to take my life in front of my 1-year-old daughter." At first, the rapper was arrested and charged for murder. However, the charge was dropped and he was charged with misdemeanor carrying a concealed gun without a permit and was sentenced to a suspended sentence with 12 months probation. According to the DA's office, the murder charge was dropped because a key civilian witness was unavailable, and without that witness, the state could not proceed with the case. Despite this, footage of the incident surfaced 4 years later and shows that the rapper was the aggressor as he lunged at the victim. When goons go too far,
And YoungBoy taking his
Sometimes goons do the most, and in this case, they did more than just confront YoungBoy. They actually broke into his house and filmed the entire ordeal. They took to social media, boasting of their conquest, brandishing evidence of their intrusion. But the tables turned when NBA YoungBoy, undaunted and unshaken, faced these goons head-on in a confrontation that would go viral. It was a night like any other, with the stars veiled by the city lights, when a group of goons, emboldened by the cover of darkness, descended upon the residence of the chart-topping rapper. As they navigated through the halls adorned with the trappings of success, they laid their hands on items that were more than mere possessions. They were symbols of a journey, of struggles endured and victories won. The intruders, intoxicated by their own daring, did not content themselves with the silence of theft. Instead, they turned to the stage of social media, a platform where notoriety is currency, to flaunt their deeds.
Hey, YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy.
They paraded the keys to his luxury vehicles, a tangible connection to the rapper's hard-earned achievements, as if they were spoils of war. The audacity was palpable, the disrespect profound. They taunted the very man whose home they had defiled, calling out to NBA YoungBoy with a challenge that reeked of overconfidence and stupidity. They even asked for $30K to return YoungBoy's stolen goods. They then went on IG Live with the rapper to taunt him.
You want to buy your back or what?
But the goons had miscalculated, for they had not merely broken into a house. They had invaded the fortress of a man who had built his empire on the foundations of resilience and defiance. If anyone doesn't know, YoungBoy really is from the streets and always stands on business. The rapper's response was a blend of incredulity and contempt. "You ain't get shit, you he retorted, his voice a mix of mockery and challenge. It was clear that NBA YoungBoy saw through their bravado, recognizing their claims for the empty threats they were. "You dumb mother or what? You got $20 out the car?" he continued, dismantling their boasts. The thieves in their hubris had not anticipated the resilience of their target. NBA YoungBoy, even in the face of violation, stood unshaken, his spirit unbroken. He knew that the goons had grasped at straws, claiming W's where there were none. Jay Prince soon intervened in the matter, which didn't also go well with YoungBoy. Jay Prince, the Rap-A-Lot Records CEO, has a reputation that looms large in the streets of Houston. When word of the burglary reached him, Prince didn't hesitate. He made moves. And, in a turn of events that seemed more like a movie plot than real life, he recovered the stolen goods. Among them, keys to YoungBoy's Rolls Royce and McLaren. But instead of a private call or a discreet handover, Jay Prince took to Instagram, broadcasting his recovery of the items to the world. He laid out the details of the theft and his role in the retrieval, positioning himself as the mediator between the thieves and NBA YoungBoy. Lil homie YoungBoy place got broke into, people went in his place, disrespected different things, and I got a call about it, Prince explained. And the Lil homies that went into this place want to make that right because they understand that, you know what I mean? YoungBoy family is okay with me. To make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce. I got your keys to your McLaren. All the that they took. The video was a spectacle, with Prince showcasing the keys and speaking directly to the camera, sending a message that he was a man of influence and action. But the public nature of this revelation was about to spark a firestorm, as NBA YoungBoy's reaction would soon reveal. The rapper wasn't impressed with Jay Prince's public stunts. "It's plenty ways to get in touch with me," he said in a responsive video. "Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do non-dealing with no fucking publicity. None of that I'm good on them keys, gangster. When you buy that cash, 2 keys come with the car anyways. Mind your fucking business, man." Well, Jay Prince wouldn't take the disrespect from the young rapper and took to social media to respond in calling YoungBoy dumber than a box of rocks. "You're a dumb boy with limited thinking ability and disrespectful," Jay Prince said in the video. "Acting like you and your brother wasn't down with me and letting it be known that you was mob ties. You seem to be dumber than a box of rocks, or you despise wisdom. What you should be mad about is the lie you're living and the weak security being sleep in front of your house." He wasn't done there, as he proceeded to give YoungBoy a stern warning. "Let me say this to you, little homie. You're not a friend or an enemy today. Let's keep it that way no matter how hot it gets in Texas. By the way, I'm minding my business. You just too dumb to know Texas is my business, and I will give you whatever you ask for, good or bad." YoungBoy isn't the only rapper who has had to deal with goons who have crossed the line. Tekashi 6ix9ine also found himself on the receiving end of violence from goons. In a turn of events that read like a script from a Hollywood thriller, the infamous rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine became the center of a violent altercation at an LA fitness gym. Known for his provocative persona and rainbow aesthetics, Tekashi 6ix9ine was subjected to a vicious attack that left the internet ablaze with a viral video and rampant speculation about the attacker's identities. Tekashi, whose real name is Daniel Hernandez, was in the midst of his routine at the gym's steam room when a group of men, later identified as Rafael Medina Jr., Octavius Medina, and Anthony Maldonado, launched an unprovoked and brutal attack. The assault was not just a physical onslaught, but a calculated affront to Tekashi's very public and controversial past. As the attack unfolded, Tekashi was caught in a vulnerable position, outnumbered and overpowered. The assailants, fueled by a vendetta against the rapper's history of cooperating with federal authorities, showed no mercy. They stomped, beat, and punched Tekashi, who, despite his attempts to fight back, was overwhelmed by the sheer force and number of his attackers. The gym was transformed into a scene of chaos and violence. The attack was not a secret affair. It was recorded, and the footage swiftly made its way onto social media platforms, where it spread like wildfire. The videos were graphic and disturbing, showing Tekashi on the floor, trying to shield his head and face as he was repeatedly kicked and punched. The public's reaction to the incident was a mix of shock, outrage, and for some, a morbid fascination. Tekashi's polarizing figure meant that while many expressed concern and condemned the violence, others viewed the incident through the lens of his controversial reputation. The attackers, seemingly aware of the notoriety that their actions could bring, were heard in the videos daring Tekashi to retaliate and even encouraging one another to capture the moment, believing it would catapult them to fame.
Take a picture, I want to be famous now.
In a twist that can only be described as ironic, the very culture of snitching that Tekashi had been vilified for seemed to have trapped his attackers. The main video of the violence, which appeared to have originated from an Instagram account with the handle at TriggerJigga2400, was emblazoned with messages that not only taunted Tekashi, but also boasted about the assault. One message read, "King, we caught 6ix9ine slipping. A rat not on our hood," while another bragged about someone with the handle at Bullet Guzman beating Tekashi, like we did in the county. These messages were a clear indication of self-snitching. The aftermath of the attack was as severe as the event itself. Tekashi was left severely bloodied and bruised, his face a testament to the ferocity of the assault. His attorney, Lance Lazaro, confirmed that the rapper had suffered facial cuts and had to be hospitalized for non-life-threatening injuries. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, responding to the incident, stated that the rapper was treated for his injuries and that the assault had occurred at the LA Fitness located in the 8000 block of Lantana Road in Lake Worth. In the immediate aftermath of the attack on Tekashi 6ix9ine at the LA Fitness gym, the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office sprang into action, piecing together the events that had unfolded in a steam room turned crime scene. The investigation was swift, with law enforcement officials combing through the digital breadcrumbs left behind by the assailants who had so brazenly broadcast their violent act for the world to see. The viral videos that captured the assault were more than just shocking content for social media consumers. They served as key evidence in identifying the attackers. The footage, which showed Tekashi being kicked and punched as he lay defenseless on the floor, was a crucial component in the police's ability to make arrests in the case. The attackers' decision to publicize their deed ultimately led to their downfall, as the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office announced the arrest of Rafael Medina Jr., Octavius Medina, and Anthony Maldonado for their roles in the assault. The legal repercussions for the attackers were serious, as they faced charges for the violence inflicted upon the rapper. The public's response to the arrests was mixed, with some expressing satisfaction that justice was being served, while others continued to focus on Tekashi's contentious history. The rapper took to his social media to speak on the issue. First time addressing the situation, the rainbow-haired rapper began in his now deleted Instagram post. "For 2 years I've been walking around with no security. Not saying I promote that, but now you see I really never hid from anything. Anyway, what happened here was nothing but cowardly. I'm not mad this happened," he continued. "In the street there's no rules, so I can't say they were wrong. Obviously it wasn't fair, but again, the streets has no rules. Just imagine having nothing to do with the situation and feel obligated to make it your business. I never knew we respected jumping people. When did that ever become a W?" Well, sometimes goons just need to be put in their place, especially when they go as far as to break into someone's home or even physically assault them. If you enjoyed this video, click on the boxes playing on your screen to watch similar content.